Hey guys, and welcome to my stimulus package update and stimulus check update. Wow, I haven't said those words in so long. I want you guys to know that I missed you more than you missed me, and I'm happy I'm back here for you with another video just to give you my perspective on everything that's been going on.
In conjunction with all these guaranteed basic income programs that are popping up all over the place, we also do have that new introduction of a nationwide guaranteed basic income program that was actually introduced a few months ago from Representative Ilhan Omar. Now, this comes out as a $1,200 check. Amazing, right? So this would actually be very, very similar to what we received as a first stimulus check back in April of 2020. Remember that check was $1,200? Well, it'd be basically the exact same thing as that, but rather it'd be on an ongoing long-term basis every single month. That'd be absolutely amazing. One quick side note, for those of you who maybe have minor kids under the age 18, you'd be getting an extra $600 every single month with this program. Absolutely amazing, right? So my point is, this would be $1,200 per person. So if there are, let's just say you and maybe a spouse, $2,400 a month going forward. So this is actually a very exciting program to see that this was introduced and that this is floating around out there right now, especially with the emergence of all of these new guaranteed basic income programs that continue popping up all over the country. In fact, I've been saying this since about the summer of 2020. I've been saying watch all this stuff very, very closely because I promise you guaranteed basic income is the future in this country. In fact, over the last couple years here, we've had some very big names and people also coming out endorsing universal basic income or even a guaranteed basic income. Even Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla and the richest person in the world, was also out probably about a year ago or so. He was out at some point here, about a year or so ago, saying that universal basic income is essentially inevitable in the United States because of the takeover of robots. What does that mean? It means a monthly check in the low-income people's pockets every single month. So anyway, just want to throw that out there as just a little bit more evidence of what is actually going on right now. So let's quickly talk about this $1,200 check and what it actually means on an ongoing monthly basis. Now remember, this is as a result of that proposal that was actually introduced by Ilhan Omar, one of the progressive representatives out of the House of Representatives just a few months ago. So let me talk through the details a little bit more closely about this. So in this plan that she was introducing, it would actually send out a long-term payment of $1,200 every single month per person who falls within the category of low income. Now you might be wondering, how are they identifying low income? That's a really good question because we need to know. And remember, just like the stimulus checks, it's all based on income, right? So that's how they determine low income, and how they determine the eligibility for a lot of these programs is they look at your income. They don't look at where you live. They don't look at the kind of income you're getting. They're just simply looking at income. What is the bottom line that you would report on a tax return? If you don't file a tax return, guess what? Well, your income is probably pretty low, because if you're somebody who doesn't file a tax return, by default, your income is probably below about $12,500, which is the standard deduction, right? So again, would your income be below the levels? Yeah, absolutely it would be. So my point is with that, for those of you receiving a fixed income monthly benefit from Social Security, retirement, SSDI, survivors, SSI, VA, any of these fixed income benefits, yeah, you're pretty much included, right? Now again, with the exception of some people, because some people even receiving Social Security benefits are receiving thousands and thousands of dollars every single month. Their income may be above the threshold, but for the vast majority of people, you would be below the threshold. Well, what's the threshold? $75,000. That is what they are identifying as low income. Now again, we've talked about this threshold in previous videos. To me, it seems really, really high to identify as somebody being low income. But again, this is just what they're identifying as low income. So I guess if you're earning 75 grand a year and you're falling into the category of low income, I guess, I don't know, it just seems like a really high income to be classified as low income. But again, that's just my opinion. It doesn't really matter what I say. It's simply what it comes down to as far as the lawmakers. So anyway, that's what they're determining as low income. So that'd be for an individual, by the way. For a married couple, $150,000 would still be classified as low income. So basically what it would be coming down to is a $1,200 check on an ongoing monthly basis for anybody with an income under $75,000 as an individual, $150,000 as a married couple. And like I said, anybody with kids under the age 18, you'd be eligible to receive an extra $600 per child every single month. So you could be looking at several $1,000s every single month. As a married couple, $2,400 a month is what it would be ongoing. Again, very, very exciting. This would be, honestly, life-changing for a lot of people. Let's just think about this for another second here. I know that there's a lot of you here in the community that receive fixed income benefits from Social Security. You know the whole list, right? Well, I've seen many of you people write your benefits down below in the comment section. And again, I'm not asking for your benefit amount, so please don't leave it down below. But over the last couple of years that I've been making videos talking about this, I've seen just, by default, some people saying, hey, I receive, $920 a month from SSDI, or I receive $841 a month from SSI, or, whatever it happens to be. But my point is, let's just say that you're receiving anything less than $1,200 a month, which, again, based on what I've seen in the comment section, I do think that would be the vast majority of people here in the community. Just imagine what that would do for your income. Let's just say, for example, you're receiving $841 per month right now from SSI, or thereabouts from maybe Social Security or SSDI, any of these other benefits. What would that do to your income if all of a sudden you started receiving a $1,200 check every single month? Could you imagine that? Your income would be over $2,000 a month from there on. I mean, how amazing would that be? That would be life-changing for so many of you. I see it down in the comment section, and a lot of you are reaching out saying even just an extra $250 to $500 a month would be absolutely incredible and life-changing. Imagine $1,200 a month. I mean, seriously, could you even imagine? That would be like light and dark, or whatever, night and day, I think is the saying, what they say. Yeah, so I mean, that would be a huge difference for a lot of people. Now, one more thing that we need to mention as well, and one more thing that we need to keep in mind, is that yes, this was originally introduced as a $1,200 monthly check. Could it change before it's actually passed? Yeah, it could actually change. Now again, a lot of times when they come out with these proposals, they usually introduce these things really high. For example, remember the stimulus packages that we're currently working on right now? They originally introduced these stimulus packages at $6 trillion. That's a lot. Now here's the deal. Shortly after they introduced it at $6 trillion, they dropped it down to 3.5. And then they dropped it down again to just under $2 trillion. So my point is, just because it comes out as a $1,200 check, just be aware, it could be whittled down. It could be brought down to $1,000. It could be brought down to $700. It could be brought down to $500. But the point is, even starting at $1,200, that's a really nice starting point, considering even if they whittle it down to, say, $500, $400, $300, at the end of the day, it would still be absolutely life-changing for a lot of people who are lower income, especially people that are fixed income right now, kind of stuck in the grind, waiting for a raise to our monthly benefits, and ultimately, we don't know if that'll ever come in any substantial form, right? Yes, a raise to monthly benefits could arrive, but again, the legislative process to get that done is a very long, drawn-out process. However, when it comes to guaranteed basic income, these types of programs can be passed very quickly. It doesn't need to go through the whole reform stage of actually reforming Social Security or SSDI or SSI, these programs, but rather they could actually get through a guaranteed basic income program on a nationwide level, just like what was introduced, very easily and quickly. Way faster than they could actually do it through reforming the programs of Social Security. Kind of makes sense? So if we were to be banking on anything to actually happen, and any type of substantial raise or additional monthly check or benefit, honestly, if we put all of our chips and all of our bets on a guaranteed basic income program, that would be a much better bet than trying to wait around for them to actually raise monthly benefits like we've been talking about. Yes, that could happen, but it's a very long process that would have to go through the entire legislative process. That would take a very long time. There'd probably be a lot of kicking and screaming, and probably a lot of delays to the whole process. However, when it comes to guaranteed basic income, just like we've been seeing all over the country right now, these programs are usually introduced, they're implemented very quickly. So this would actually be a little bit more promising. Now, one more thing I have to throw out there. Of course, just like so many proposals out there, just like so many other things right now, this is one of those proposals that is up in the air right now. It has not been approved yet. So I just want to make it very, very clear so that there's no misunderstanding, so that, just so that we're all on the same page here and we all recognize that this is one of those proposals that was introduced. It's a great one. It would certainly be life-changing for a lot of people, but at the end of the day, it is still one of those that is floating around in Congress and they have not implemented it yet, just like the other 8,000 bills that are floating around out there right now that they haven't done anything with, right? But again, it's only a matter of time until they sit down and start whittling their way through these bills one at a time. It's either a pass or throw it in the shredder and be done with it. Well, let's just hope with this one they actually pass it rather than throwing it in the shredder and walking away from it, right? So anyway, the simple fact that this was introduced and that this is out there floating around Congress and that there are co-signers on this bill already is pretty exciting, right? Anyway, as we do get more details, of course, I will continue to keep you updated, but the simple fact that they are introducing all of these guaranteed basic income programs all around the country, it's honestly only a matter of time until we get a nationwide guaranteed basic income program, just like what we're talking about right here on a nationwide level, instituted by the federal government rather than the state governments. That would be the ticket. That would be the key behind all of it, is the federal government introducing this program versus the states. The states can only do what they can within their own borders. The federal government is all encompassing across the entire country. That's why it's so powerful. Make sense?
Alright guys, this is all I have for you in this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really missed you. Hopefully I'll see you here again very, very soon. And I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on everything we talked about here in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate you all. Please hit the like button on the video, share this video with your friends and family, and subscribe if you haven't already, and click that notifications bell to be notified whenever I publish new videos for you. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.